not one but three unique cars in the unit that I haven't spoke about that is going to join the Skyline and the Sora. We do have a Honda Prelude. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alright, so welcome to another video of Hoodstig, and today we're going to be talking about what am I doing with all of those cars, because we've got some serious car holder problems. I was watching a series, Rust Valley, and it just reminded me of what we're doing. So many cars, and to the point we can't even move a car. From the previous video you can see like how like each gap of the car you can't even move, you can't even get a car out, it's just all squashed in. I would like to say thank you to everybody that has left a comment in the last video. It's been quite helpful comments in terms of what to do, sell some of the cars, keep the cars that you want to keep, and just modify them to the max. And some people have said good amount of cars. Some people even mentioned it's not good to keep that many cars like that, or keep them all parked up and not running, because sometimes if you leave a car there for so long it can get seized up, which is all put into consideration, because it makes sense. Because if anything, for the next upcoming videos I'll try and share our experiences with some of the cars and some of the issues, the pros and cons of having cars parked up there for a while, because we had some bad experiences. What are we doing with all these cars? Why we've got it? Why we acquired it? Are we going to fix it? How are we going to move on with it? And so on. Another reason too why there was such a big delay to all the cars and why we couldn't work on some of the cars is because I had to think financially and security, because so people actually think and I realised from one of the previous videos where the BMW E36, somebody stolen the catalyst. Like, you know, it just brought a light to my head, thinking that, hold on, I've got a whole lot of more cars that I've got catalyst that's actually worth a lot more than the BMW E36. We actually had to take off 10 to 15 catalysts. I'd say one catalyst from one Type R was actually going for like 800 to 900 pounds. So it become a risk immediately, because if we had like four Type R's and a few other cars just left there, there was a chance that somebody could just come in, rob all the catalyst. We had to spend a lot of time decatting the cars and selling the catalysts, so we had to take that approach. And the time when we did buy those cars, which was like, it could be a 6 months to 12 months, catalysts were like skyrocketing. Like, it was the time where every person every other day was saying my catalyst is being robbed. Like I said, if it wasn't for the E36, the catalyst that was stolen, it will not give me the realization that this is it now, we'll take all the catalysts from all the other cars. But and that's it really, so thank you to that. Now we'll talk about some of the cars. So back to the Civic Type R. The silver one, the straight piped one, the loud one, the Asbo one. That was going so well. We got to the point where we were just about to boost the Civic Type R, modify it, but then we brought another Type R and a few other cars. Civic Type R's, like, since I was a kid, like the VTEC was like the craziest thing back like 10 years ago. It was all about the VTEC, that bop, 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 like just banging in the gears and everything. And that's why that silver Type R, it was literally, watch the video, it was like pow, and it's like, yo man, it's crazy. I can't explain it like here, but when you're actually driving the car, if there's Type R owners or VTEC owners, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just like VTEC is another world. That's what the Type R brung. And like I said, for some people it's a scrap car, junkyard car, but for Type R and VTEC enthusiasts, I don't want to big it up too much, but it's a completely different world. So that's why. So the silver Type R, the journey of that will be boosting the Type R. We're not going to go with the Chinese half setup. We're going to get the proper manifold, the F&H fab, the one that makes the turbo like show in front of the engine. And then we do have the silver Type R as well, the low mileage one, the one we've done the service for, the one that my brother drove. And the reason why we just parked that up and didn't carry on with the modifications, because I thought it's around 60k on the clock. It's such a like stock low mileage good example Type R, and I thought it's just not worth modifying and racing. So we just parked that up, and that's gonna stay as it is. But TT, it's a serious car, that is. I've done a bit of research, and it was the 225, and I realised the 225 has got the same engine as the S3 A-TAL. I wanted the S3 A-TAL originally, but they're just worth so much. They're like 4 or 5 grand for a mint one, and the TT, we got that for about 900 quid. 900 quid, same engine, same power, same 4-wheel drive, for like 1/5 of the price. So why not? Whoa, it just makes perfect sense. Why not buy the Audi TT? And that's the way I thought. You know, coming from my experience, I buy performance, not the car. But sometimes getting the car for some people is a better thing. You know? And the plan is just modify that, or get the engine and stick it on an S3 A-TAL shell. So I always like to build things cheap and in a budget way. I feel like some people can relate in that way. Always spend less to get the best value out of it than just storing a whole lot of money on a car, which you will never be able to get that money back out. So what am I doing with the TT now? So it's been parked up. We've had it for 8 months. It does have a few problems with it, which we haven't fixed yet. I did fix some of the problems, and we just parked it up, and I just thought we'll look for a shell in the time being, or sort out other projects. I'm so tired. So originally I wanted to modify it or take the engine out, put in another car, but now I'm thinking that maybe we should sell it. You guys can answer that for me. What should I do with the TT? Because honestly, I feel like it's just another project car, but I could be spending that time on another better project car. Which some of you comment, just limit the amount of cars and just concentrate on like a few proper cars, because there's so many cars. And could I get the best fun racing or experience in a TT, or would I get it better in a Type R, or you know, modify the Skyline or something like that? Let me know. So moving on to the next car, we do have a Honda Prelude. I could talk about Hondas all day with you guys. So Honda Prelude, I'll make it short and simple. We bought that I'd say 6 months ago. The reason I wanted to buy it, because a Honda Prelude, you know, my brother had one when I was like 15, 16 years old, and it was the car. Now, it had 4-wheel steer. It had a H22 2.2 litre VTI, 185 brake horsepower standard. And I watched Boosted Boys, and they had a H22, and you can modify that. You know, if you build the engine, you can get like 600, 700 brake horsepower, and it's pretty sick. So it's like it's a win-win, especially buying it for less than £1,000. Like I couldn't say no. I had to make the bid, and that's why I wanted to buy that car and fix it. You know, could swap the engine, take the engine out, or just put it on that car. But I feel like I would like to keep that car, because with there's not many Preludes about nowadays, especially when it's got a 4-wheel steer. But Prelude can make a really good track car. So maybe you guys again can let me know on what you guys think. Take the engine out, or sell the Prelude, or modify it. But personally, I would like to keep it. I would like to boost it and modify it and race it. So that Prelude suffered in a front collision accident. It's got the reinforcement bar, the bumper, the radiator, the bonnet, the headlight, the wing. It has all needs to be replaced. It's all damaged. The radiator, there's no water in the car basically, and I can't really do anything about it. So the best way to move forward with that car is not to buy all the parts separately on eBay, because then it's going to cost me £500 to £1,000. Just buy a donor Prelude, and that's what we did. We brought a donor Prelude for about £400 or £500. We're going to take all those parts and just stick it onto the 2.2 Prelude, because it just makes more sense, and it only cost us £400. So £400 to fix up the whole car, it's a win-win. Plus we can get our money back for the catalyst, and we can sell the parts off on the donor Prelude and probably make a profit on top of that. And if anybody needs any of those parts, just give me a shout. I'll be more than happy to work something out for any of the parts, and we could work out a deal together, you know. S3 rep 1.8T stage 1 to 1000 the Lambo Killer the Type R Killer. You guys know it all. It's not called an S3 rep for no reason, but you know, we all come up with that, the people that have watched it previously. What we're doing with it, it's dying at the moment. If I try to start it up, it's like chitty chitty bang bang. Like, honestly, it's like chugging. I don't have a video of it, but honestly, it's like chugging up. It's not even starting, it's struggling, it's dying, and she does need to be restored. And you know, with Audis and German cars, there's like 10,000 sensors that you need to change, and it's like you change one sensor and the light pops up. So that's the problem that we're facing. There's so many sensor issues with the S3 rep, but we will get down to the bottom of it. If you watch the previous video, the previous owners, loads of owners have played around with the engine left, right, center, and is way far from stock, and that's the issue. So we need to solve the little issues in the S3 rep and get that back onto the road. A lot of people will say to me, sell it. A lot of people might say to me, keep it, but I personally would like to keep it because it's brought something to the channel and it means a lot, and I feel like we're gonna restore that car and spend more magical moments with it. So moving on to the next car, Lexus IS300. The Lexus IS200 messed up there. The Lexus IS200, what a drift car, what a car. Where do I start with that? So with the Lexus IS200, we did do a challenge with it, and the challenge that it had was we had to get a drift car, cheapest drift car, and take it to Driftland, which we did, and in such a small amount of time, with the help of Cosworth Customs, we put coilovers on it, we put the steering wheel on it, they put the whole wrap on it, and it was just, you know, from a stock car to a cheap drift car, which we drove all the way to Driftland, drifted on it, and even on the way back, we literally, the whole car like was about to like fall into pieces, and we almost crashed on the motorway. I've got it all documented, I just haven't uploaded it, and we're talking 2 years ago, so that is a lot to talk about. We did drive it recently because in the last year we did, before in the middle of lockdown, should I say, when people were allowed to go out, we did bring it out with a few local mates of mine, where we just took it out and did some drifts with it, and we also took it to Birmingham Wheels, which is now closed, and we had some fun with it. And like, again, there's 2 more project cars, and I feel like when we've sold about 4 to 6 cars, we will definitely getting the Lexus back out, because we are still in winter and I do need that seat time in that Lexus, so we are definitely going to be bringing that back out. So, and if there's any comments, you know, let me know what to do with that car. I was going to sell the Lexus, but then I realized, like, you know, the market, like lockdown has like changed the car prices like left, right, center. Like, it's unbelievable. The Lexus, we bought that for like 300 to 500 quid, and now they're worth like £2,000 to £3,000. It doesn't make sense. The Irish love the Lexus, and I've seen it like on a Copart, on an auction site. You know, they were British, and then the Irish flag. They go crazy over Lexus IS200. I don't know why, but maybe it's because it's a legendary drift car in Ireland. But you guys can answer that. And that's why I'm keeping it, because the Lexus is going to be the next drift car to get, and they're just skyrocketing up. So if you can find a cheap one, get one. Moving on to the next car, the BMW 325 CI Compact. We had that car since the beginning of when we come back on YouTube again. I'd say just over a year. That was supposed to be a drift build or a track build, and we just left it there. It still started up. We did move it about, and we did buy it broken. The cam cover gasket is leaking, and that's what needed to be changed. It's a common problem on the BMWs, and we bought it cheap. Although we did take the catalyst off it, it was just so special because when we did buy it, we would take the tyre part with us to get it, and it kept up with the tyre part in a race, and that just made me realize that, whoa. The next car, the Mark 5 Golf GTI, it's a very popular car, and with just a few bolt-ons, a turbo, exhaust, simple mods, you can see 300 plus ponies, and it's such a popular car, such a good car, shall I say, and I really do believe that they're gonna increase in value. It'll be an iconic car, it'll be an appreciating classic car, and that's one of the reasons why we got it. Will I sell it? I don't think I would like to sell it because of those reasons, but if somebody offered me a fair offer, I probably would sell it. But same to go with other cars as well. So the next car, Honda Accord. You're probably thinking, Honda Accord, you know, why buy that? If you didn't realize, a better engine than the K20 you find in the EP3s is the K24, 2.4 litre, 200 brake horsepower, can handle a lot more power than the K20 because it has lower compression engine. And if you put a K20 in it, it becomes a K24 Frankenstein, producing 260 brake horsepower NA. I could talk to you about it all day, but that's the reason why we brought the Honda Accord. £700, we sold the catalyst, £400, £400, and you got yourself that special engine, and that's the reason why we got it. Now what we're going to do with the engine is, I would like to strip out the Honda Accord, take the engine box, clutch, axles, and whatever I can from it, salvage from it, swap that into another Honda car shell. If anybody wants some parts on the Honda Accord, let me know. Moving on to the next car, Honda CRX. I just fell into that because I was looking at Hondas and I didn't realize that I really wanted the real Honda CRXs, the box ones, but they're like worth over £10,000, ridiculous. And I was like, no, I'm not going to pay for one of those. But then I seen a Honda CRX Del Sol, and they're going for like, you know, £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, not that much, and they weigh same 1,000 kgs. And in America, they're quite popular, and you can see them doing crazy drag strip or circuit drives with the K20, K24 engine, so you can swap them. And that's what we are looking to do with the Honda CRX. But at the moment, it does need a lot of work. We bought it in a bad state. We bought it for 600 quid. It's got leaks in the petrol tank, and you know, it's got a lot of rust. Just to touch up on that, you know, some of you may ask, like, you're just throwing away money. The reason why we buy some of those cars at super cheap price is because I feel like if I need the money back, or if something goes wrong, I just know that we can get our money back out of it if we just break the car. And if we did break even, at least we got to experience the car. Also, the story about the Volvo, we did move that across the yard, and it wasn't moved, it wasn't started for 4 years, and just with the battery pack, that car started up. And it just comes to show like how strong or how reliable a Volvo can be. So yeah, let's see what happens to that car in the next upcoming video. If that car can go to someone passionate, you know, please message me. I'd like to sell it to someone that will carry on with the life of the Volvo. Moving on to the next car, Skoda. Wow, Skoda. Yeah, I never thought I'd buy a Skoda, to be honest. Why did we buy a Skoda? I had to think about this one. Yeah, you know, whilst I was doing research on the S3 Rep and the Audi TT, they all have this engine, and it's called the Bam Bam engine. Skoda come up along with that engine, and that's one of the reasons to why I bought it. And also, back in the days when I was growing up in my time, the police always had a special car, and they had the Skoda and the VRSs, and it'd always keep up with the street races and pull them over. And this made me believe that, you know what, that's such a unique car that is. And so the main reasons to why we got the Skoda, like I said again, it's got the Bam Bam engine, It's a 5-door. It's a saloon. I love saloons over hatchbacks all day. I'm a saloon guy, and you know it can make a good sleeper. At this present moment of time, what we want to do moving forward with that car is fix it up. That's what all cars need fixing up. So we're going to fix it up, but modifying, I'm not too sure. Selling it, I'm not too sure. So the Seat Leone FR, why did we buy that car? We really wanted the SW8P, because like it's just one of the best cars out there for what it is. 4-wheel drive, 260 brake horsepower, one map, 300 brake horsepower. It was untouchable, and it's such a, you know, it's an iconic car, I'd say. I was looking everywhere for an S3, and they just hold their value. We looked for damaged ones, the worst of the worst damaged ones, and they were still going for like £4,000, the same price that you'd get from the market. And the cheapest one that we found like on the market was like £5,000 to £6,000, and some for £10,000, and it doesn't even make sense. But you know, I didn't want to let go on that, and the alternative was the Seat Leone FR and a Golf GTI. But the Seat Leone was the cheapest out of the three, and it has the TFSI engine. It was a 5-door, and apparently it was the lightest out of the three. So it was very unique, and it was only we picked it up for £1,300. It was a no-brainer basically to buy it, and that's why we bought it. And it's a DSG as well, so it's like, wow, you're ticking all the boxes with this. And then we got it. It was damaged. We did get it, which I made a big mistake. When I did buy it, I drove the car back, and yeah, the bonnet wasn't clipped because it had a front damage, cat end, and I thought the bonnet was stuck. But then anyway, we drove down the motorway, and before you even know it, that bonnet just smacked into the window, and I was like, what the hell? I wish it was recorded, but yeah, if you ever experienced that, it can be quite daunting. But anyway, we got back to the HQ, and it needed a driver's side wing. Front bumper was okay. It needs a front slam panel and a bonnet and the hinges. So we got those parts. So we have almost fixed it. So I will show a video of the Seat Leone when we bought it and fixed it all up. So I would like to make a video of the salvage cars, buying it and fixing it all in one video. I feel like it's more informative. It's more, you get to see all in one go, the full shebang, than just seeing like the repair process in like a couple of videos. I think it'd be more beneficial in one video. We did drive it for a bit, and you know, it just gave me the biggest red light ever. The miles per gallon was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I couldn't believe it. Like we checked everything about that car, and then on the forums it told the truth that, you know, you just about even get 80 miles per gallon in that car. Just unbelievable. And from then I just thought, no, we're not keeping that car. Like, it's best to sell it on. It's not that I'd like to keep it. It's DSG. It's an amazing car, but if you're gonna get a car that takes that much miles per gallon, you might as well just have like a 1,000 brake horsepower car, or a Supra or a Subaru that will drink petrol, because with a Subaru we actually still got over 20 miles per gallon in that, so you're better off just getting a Subaru Impreza. So anyway, moving on to the next car. It's the Audi A3 3.2 V6. What a car! What we're doing with that is, since we've got it, we just parked it up. Honestly, we just parked it up. We don't really have like a big reason, because it doesn't need too much. It just needs a rear bumper and a few other like polish up, shall I say, a service. I think that should make an appearance a few months time, which means that we're keeping it. We're not going to sell that. It's not even worth selling. If there's anybody out there with a 3.2, I'd recommend don't sell it, keep it, and just watch the price just go up and go up, and then maybe you can think about making a good profit and selling it then. Good car, and we are looking forward to seeing that come in upcoming videos. Moving on to the next car, another Audi A3, which is the 2-litre TDI Auto. We are actually dailying that at the moment. The reason being is because with all these cars that we've got, we would like to have a workhorse the best eco all-round daily car, and we did think it was going to be a good daily eco car and then we drove it for a couple of weeks, and then after the petrol changed to E5 E10, you know, the miles per gallon that we were getting on the Audi A3 diesel, remember diesel, we were just about getting like 30 miles per gallon, 25 miles per gallon, and we just thought like, what the hell, you know, we can't keep this as a daily. It's just not right. So we're gonna be selling that, and then we're gonna look for an eco daily car. Maybe you guys can recommend me, drop a comment down below and tell me the best good value for money daily eco all-rounder car. Also a pleasure to drive. Moving on to the next car, the Mazda Ferrano. Yes, that was the charity car that we got, and unfortunately it's taken a couple of months to getting around to donating that car. We're not donating it, and we're looking to sell it for like 800 to 900 quid, and with this money we're looking to put it into food banks to help the local area, and we will document this, and I surely believe that that car will still go to a family. We do believe that it should still help a family, so it does the two causes. It goes to a family cheap, so they can buy it as a cheap car, so it helps them out. At the same time, it still helps out the cause of the food bank. Moving on to the next car, the Audi A8, the first V8 on the channel. It just needs to go. Honestly, it's cricket sounds. It just needs to go. I can't fix it. Yeah, epic fail, couldn't fix it. Honestly, I don't think I can talk too much about that car. It's just we'll just leave it in the grass for now, and when if it comes out the grass, we'll make a video about it. But yeah, moving on to the next car. The video is we can carry on for another hour, but you know what, we're gonna cut it short. We probably spoke approximately 17 cars, let's say, but you know, I still want to talk about the Skyline and the Sora, because those I'd rather talk about the Skyline and the Sora more than the 17 cars, because they are like the dream, the goal, the cars that really give you the enjoyment and the pleasure. But 100% hands down, Skyline Sora is not going. It's not going for sale. Those are the build cars. So just to give a bit of a snippet, if you call it a snippet, there is not one but 3 unique cars in the unit that I haven't spoke about that is going to join the Skyline and the Sora. And they are the 5 cars that will stay on the channel, and they will be the crazy build of the channel. I know we've got a Type R, but these 5, you know, stay for the long run. You know, I can't even explain it, and I don't want to like make any face expressions because I want to keep it focused. So yeah, so wait on that one. And also, I totally forgot, like the video hasn't stopped yet. The YZ250. Yeah! Woo! The bike fans, the bike life. Yes, you know, I'm never gonna let go of that. I can't let go of that. I haven't done what we really wanted to do, and that's ride the dirt bike. You know, I'd probably be most excited doing that out of everything. And that's why we are going to buy a van or a camper van or a trailer or something that we can carry the dirt bike in and just experience the dirt bike in an open field or where all the dirt bikes go. That is definitely coming, like very, very, very soon, like honestly very soon. So stay tuned on that one. I think we can end the video now. Also, there's another car, which is 2 cars. We brought a Toyota Celica T-Sport, one of my childhood cars that I had when I was 17, and I got one again to relive that. but unfortunately the circumstances have changed. There was a video of that where we bought the car, the catalyst was stolen, and then we installed the catalyst, we drove it, the windscreen smashed. I have got footage of that at 70 miles per hour, it was crazy. And we brought another Celica T-Sport as well, a donor one, and they're both fixed now, they're both sorted, and unfortunately they're going to be for sale soon. So the Celica will be jumping on in the next couple of videos, so stay tuned on that one. Just to summarize the video, we are definitely selling the two Toyota Celica T-Sports. We're going to be selling the Audi TT. We're going to sell the parts for the Honda Prelude because it's a donor car now. We're going to sell the Volvo. We're going to sell the Leone FR. We are going to sell the Audi A3 8P Auto Diesel. And we're going to sell the Honda Accord. So that is 8 cars, and that is going to be a big help in the unit because we'll be able to move the cars around. We can get the Skyline Sora out and we can have a bit more play and focus on the cars that we want, and the channel is going to go on again. And just before I stop the video, if I'm making a big mistake with the 8 cars that I'm selling, please let me know, because you know, if you guys might know more than me, some people might know more about the cars, drop a comment down below, let me know, reach out to me. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This is a long video, and peace out to those that I hold out to the end. You know, always gotta give out, you know, support to those. And yeah, may you be safe, keep your family safe, may the Almighty keep everybody safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.